I think we may have gotten a little bit of a late start on the old vortex theory tonight, because they're not going to be able to go back. They're not going to be able to go green here. It's coming down pretty hard right now.
So they waved off the one to go.
The car tomorrow may just race tomorrow.
Give NASCAR credit. Their policy is to honor the advertised start time and try to run the event, if at all possible, on its scheduled date at its scheduled time. And they'll work for quite a while drying this track if need be to make that happen. However, they will not start the race unless they have enough time to complete it, and there is a 2 a.m. curfew for on-track activity here.
You know, one thing we have not mentioned about this race, this is round 4 for the car tomorrow, but a new thing about this race for the car tomorrow, this is the first impound race. These guys had an hour and 45 minutes of practice to get ready to race and to qualify. It was a lot like the race at Talladega. These guys qualified last night, late yesterday afternoon. Cars were put in the garage, covered up. They could not work on them, just warm them up and make a few air pressure changes.
The reason who you see on the left of this shot led the first 11 laps. Mother Nature then took over. The rain is coming down pretty hard. Here in Richmond, the cars have been brought to pit road and parked under the red flag, covered up, and we'll wait out this shower. But first, let's show you what Dale Jr. and Mark Martin were talking about. Watch the 10 car, Scott Riggs.
Yep, you want to know how wet it is and why we don't race in the rain? There you are right there. Reminds me of Indy some years ago. I think it was, I forget who was on the pole. Maybe Danny and Gaius spun the thing out on the pace lap.
You know, fans ask all the time, why do we not have rain tires like maybe some other divisions? And really and truly, Mike, the only configuration that rain tires will work is on a road course where you're turning left and right. You get so much load here on the right front tire, it just will not work on an oval. We actually ran rain tires one time in qualifying. We went to Japan over to Suzuka. We were able to race in regular tires, but that's been the only time I know of rain tires being on Nextel Cup cars.
Yeah, rain tires will stop and they'll go, but they won't turn.
There you go.
Most of the drivers out of their cars, some debriefing, some doing interviews, and some looking for our Fox cameras to have word with. There's outside pole sitter Carl Edwards with pole sitter Jeff Gordon. And let's join Steve Burns.
And Mike, Elliott Sadler's just climbed out of the wall. Now, Elliott, before we talk about racing, I want to talk about what you and Jeff Burton, Ward Burton, and Denny Hamlin, being Virginians, did prior to the race. Made a huge contribution to Frank Beamer, the head football coach at Virginia Tech, $120,000. Why?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we're proud of. I mean, you look in the stands right now and see how Virginia supports NASCAR. You know, the Richmond races are always sold out. The Martinsville races are always sold out. And we just thought we needed to do something. And everybody in this area supports Virginia Tech a lot. And we figured we need to do something to try to give back to the fans that have been taking care of us for so many years. So Jeff Burton and Denny Hamlin and myself got together and decided we want to do something. And we decided to donate $120,000 to the Hokie Memorial Fund and to take care of the families. Any kind of needs, anything the families of the victims need, that's what that foundation set up for. So we just figured we wanted to do that. We feel great about it. And I do want to say thank you to all the people of NASCAR. We've seen a lot of Virginia Tech hats, a lot of Virginia Tech stickers on the cars. And I couldn't be more proud right now to be a Virginian.
What did Coach Beamer say when you made the presentation?
Oh, he was just so happy, and he just said he wants everybody to know that he wants Virginia Tech to be remembered as not the school where 32 lives were taken on April 16th, but of a school that we're going to overcome this. We're going to pull us closer together. We're going to become more of a family than we ever have. And, you know, let's look for brighter days ahead and really take care of each other. And that's the way he wants people on the outside to remember Virginia Tech. So it was pretty special having him here. He's pretty much a legend and a god in this area. So it was cool to be able to give that check to Coach Beamer, and just proud to do it. I'm a part of the Hokie Nation and the Hokie Club, and it was pretty cool being able to do that.
Nicely done by you guys.
Thanks
Very
a lot,
well done.
Steve.
Thank you, Elliott. Let's go to Krista.
Work on the cars to begin with. They've been impounded since qualifying. The key thing right now has to be the racetrack itself has changed because they had the Busch race on Friday night. All the rubber's been washed off the racetrack, so that's going to be a transitional period. And the other thing is it's going to be really kind of difficult. If the sun comes out tomorrow afternoon, this racetrack gets slick, the sit-ups they got underneath these cars, it can be real challenging for these teams.
And the forecast, I won't go back to the map, but it's supposed to be nice for tomorrow. So let's ask Mike, Darrell, and Larry. And Darrell, for a driver, having to sit a night like this, I know you're ramped up to go. What do you get, a little rest? What do you do? How do you look forward to tomorrow?
Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo. We're going to go party, my friend. We party tonight. We race tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, Myers, you're not a weatherman. Don't steal my thunder.
Yeah.
I'm the weather guy around here.
He's the hippy-dippy
Larry, I tried to
weatherman.
warn him. I tried to warn him. He didn't listen.
But you know what, guys? On a serious note, you know, I'm a big fan of Saturday night short track racing, but this is another reason I like racing on Saturday night. If we do lose it to rain, mainly not for us, not for the teams, but for those fans, it gives them a day cushion to be able to come back because they don't have to be to work tomorrow. They don't have to be back at school. That's one reason I like Saturday night racing.
And they will revert the laps down to 0 because we did not get a green flag tonight, so it will be a complete restart.
One thing I do worry about, though, is the moisture. These engines get hot, they get cool, they get hot, they get cold. There's a lot of moisture in those systems.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow. 1 p.m. Chris.
All right, thanks, Mike, Darrell, Larry. Our thanks to Mike Helton for joining up in the booth, for Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards for dropping by here, and all the drivers who talked with Krista, Steve Burns, Matt Yoakum, and Dick Bergman. For Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers, we thank you for being with us. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern on Fox, 10 a.m. Pacific, and we'll pick it up from the beginning, and that would mean that Jeff Gordon is on the pole and Carl Edwards starting up on the front row. And don't forget, next Saturday night, we'll be racing its Mother's Day weekend from Darlington. Stick around for a new episode, an interesting episode of Cops on your Fox affiliate. And we'll see you tomorrow at 1 Eastern. I'm Chris Myers. Thanks for listening in here.